Hello everyone. Today I decided I will be a bit mad and drive this beautiful deadly car around the Nordshleife. Probably I will regret my decision, but let's see. Also, I will try to make a sort of setup for it, but the settings are very, very limited, so that's a big issue. But we will see. We will see what can be extracted out of this car. The biggest issue is the curb handling, basically. Also, I made some filtering for my voice. It wasn't as easy, just like enable it in OBS because I'm streaming on a second PC and pushing the voice through the cam link. Nevertheless, I think I did it, but if there's anything wrong with my voice, please tell me in the chat and I will basically just disable it for this time and try to find another solution. Hello, Opa. You are early. Usually people not jumping in that fast for the stream. Can you please feedback that my voice is okay? I put a filter to my microphone, I mean digital filter, to avoid the noise floor head so far.
Green light, go, go, go.
Thank you very much. That sounds good. It sounds good.
Low tire pressure, stay away from curbs.
Oh, I know what's the problem. Also I forgot SimHub. Yeah, SimHub is not running. That's the issue. Yeah, I basically enabled got the same filter as OBS has, but I put it in Windows wise for the microphone input. Okay, overlays, okay, and I have nice good search feedback, that's good. So hopefully it will be less noisy now, because I listened to my own stream today, and especially the parts where I did not drive were very annoying, like there were annoying noise floor. So hopefully it will be more enjoyable for you now, listening to my bit too high voice. Okay. Deadly car. This will be a long learning curve, I guess. But I'm always up for some challenge. I don't know how I will manage to make the car a bit more stable over the curbs. Maybe I cannot. I was thinking about during the day that making the car flat, like brake wise, and lowering the wheel to rear wing to have some rotation could help it, but we will see. Maybe the car is just as it is. Hello, Astro. Nice to see you as always. How are you today? one click forward brake bias. A bit tricky in the trail braking section. Usually I handle that with the 992 GT3R with making the car very resistant to diving. But since this car has not adjustable dampers, I have to get around that issue somehow else. I don't speak German, sorry. Oh, that's not German, just fine. Night shift. Ouch. I haven't did that for many years, luckily. By the way, are you an Italian in Germany? Did I understood that right yesterday? Or I misunderstood something?
Low tire pressure, stay away from curbs.
Oh, just night shift. That's not that bad, to be honest. When I worked in shift, so night, afternoon, morning for a week. I mean, 1 week man, 1 week afternoon, 1 week morning. I like the night shift the most because usually I am a night owl. I could only got rid of it by doing a lot of sports on the day and getting tired at the end of the day. And at the night shift they just let me work. They did not disturb me. So that was like easy and peaceful. Oh, I see. That sounds nice. Italy is a very nice country, especially the Alpine parts. Oh yeah. Sim racing is not cheap. Well, I have a lot of expensive hobbies, so. Car sounds great. It's very weird to drive in third person in the VR, like following a, I don't know, car with sitting very high behind it, like sitting on the top of a bus and following a car. Yeah, that's how it feels. Yeah, lowering the brake a bit helped the car a lot. It's Still has a lot of rotation because the weight is in the back. Yeah, that much rotation. Yeah, but it's more stable. I will even go to ABS 4. It's very scary. It'll start to snap oversteer me. Does this car has just a little deep preload? Because I used to get rid of the oversteering issues with the Porsche with that. I will see. I only decreased the rear right height by 3 mil maybe. I just started the stream like 3 minutes before you joined. And I explained I put a digital microphone filter to make my mic has less noise, because I listened to my stream today, and why it's nothing to worry about while driving, it was a bit annoying why I wasn't driving. And I looked around and found that I can put the same filter, like smart filter, through equalizer output to the microphone input, as OBS has. And I remembered that that filter is very good, so I just did it this way. Oh, whoa. That's deadly. Hey Phil. Probably I won't do much setuping today because this car has sadly very limited setup options. But if you have any topic you would want to learn, I will gladly answer or even show if it's that interesting. Or if you just want to learn the car, yeah. Good luck. I am learning this car too. Although I had some success with it. There was an ERA off-season double 20-minute sprint, or 30-minute, could be 30-minute sprint on Misano, and I won the first race. That was my only race in ERA that I could win. And in the second race I went to last to third, fourth, I don't remember, like a lot. That was huge fun. Okay, let's brake here a bit. Good choice. Döttinger Höhe. I don't know which corner is that. I don't know name of the corners here except the carousel, sadly. And I know one part which is called Foxhole. But basically this is my first full lap around this track with this car, I think. I think I did not finish a lap yesterday or 2 days ago, I don't know when I streamed. So I'm very careful now. I first just want to make a lap for... have a delta for practice. That was jumpy. Oh, I think I know which is the dead in the garage. That's the big straight, right? Oh yeah. You just wrote it. Okay. I think I read it on Reddit today, and I looked it up. Yeah, that thing is deadly. I think I was suffering there with one of the GT3s. I don't remember which. Maybe the Jag. No, the Jag was super good everywhere. Maybe the Aston V12. Okay. This car is super lovely when it don't want to kill you. Let's see the top speed. I have good expectations for this car because it does not have much aero and it's pretty strong. I mean, powerful. Okay, that's good. That's good. Max swing and 281 and be basically on the limiter. 282. Let's see the max. How fast it gonna? Oh wow! Holy crap, that was deadly. But apart from the bump, if you take that thing straight, it's fine. Or I was just lucky. As you said, you have 50% survival rate there. Maybe I've been in the 50%. 35. Okay, let's try to do a bit better lap. Because that was very conservative. I don't know what line I did. I just drove. I was half looking for the speedometer. But I think I do that corners subconsciously safely. Because I remember I had a few scary moments there. Probably I subconsciously know where the bumps are and straighten a car there. Probably. Or I was just lucky, as I say. We will see. By the way, the cars just feel great. If you avoid the first gear and a bit careful in second gear and be in mind that a few high-speed corners it just cannot take that aggressive as GT3s. It felt decent, so it could be just I was lucky, of course, because there were a few scary bumps. Well, I'm glad it's nice to watch in stream. I did a lot of experiment. How can it be decent? One thing really helps is that the Quest 3 sends back the orientation and G data over USB to the PC. And sometimes you can see at the top and the bottom, if I move, that it's moving a bit. That is because it is doing some software vibration control. Like it's not shifting around. It shifts around the pictures, so it is more stable for flat screen view. I have 90. I'm on 90 Hz. Let me show you. Yep. So I run the Quest 3 in 90 Hz. Of course, max resolution in the Oculus software, because that way you have the closest to native resolution after doing the software distortion. And I run, I think, 200% VR. Resolution scale is 50%. I used to run EA Gen 5 with a lot of sharpening, but the new DLSS 3.7 has a new preset E, which is sort of sharp enough. It's not as sharp as the Gen 5, but it's more stable in the motion. And I run 200 pixel VR pixel density. So I basically render the screen in like 10,000 by 3,500, but half scale and upscale it with temporal upsampling, which is the way to go. I have a Steam guide how to set up quests. You need that. Special software for what? For the stability? No, it's the Quest mirror, and I use the Quest mirror to capture my in-game stuff. So not what ACC has, but I am capturing what the Windows sends to my Quest 3. And that has that stability control. Also, I do it in a way, like I have a 4K screen for my main screen, and I have a second not existent screen, which is a Camlink 4K, and I put the mirror there, and basically pulls the right side of it like 40% to my main screen, because the mirror captures my right eye, and it does not have the binocular overlap of my left eye. So I have to crop the right side of it to make it centered, sort of. Also, that's why I have this two lateral to the left, because normally I would be here. No, I would be here, and you would have an even more shifted view. And this way, my right eye is sort of in the good place. Also, I forgot to start my camera fix, which does this. Hold on a second. Come on. Oh yeah, maybe now. Yeah, it was not shifted. The Quest 3 is not hard to set up. Just try my guide. Helps a lot and explains a lot of things. Oh, whoa, 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 whoa. Oh, okay. No damage. But by the way, to spawn my guide, the biggest impact you can have for VR is visible cropping. Like what you see on stream is how much I see up and down. It's basically cropped a lot. It feels like wearing a helmet because I just see a slit. But you don't have to see your legs or the roof of the car. So everything useful is on the screen. Also the overlays are there even if they are not rendered in the 3D space is not rendered there. No. I am using the Oculus SDK. It's faster for Oculus. Oh yeah, the front lift's there. Oops. The front lift's there. But if you take it straight, it's fine. I think this setup is great. I have no complaints. But anyways, oh yeah, that's fine. I will try just for the sake of trying. I would have to do like 30 flat now if I would not screw it up that much.
Low tire pressure, stay away from curbs.
But to be honest, I'm a bit surprised how easily this car could be driven on this track. I thought there will be much more suffering here. And I'm not a good driver, so full tires. One more click on the brake bias. Lady! Well, my rear tires are worn now. I wonder why. Any idea what is a decent lap around here with this car, by the way? Like, how much slower it's from the GT3s? $18. That means it should drive in the low 20s. Alright. If I can do like high 20 race pace, would be great. But I don't think I'm that good, though. I mean, does not see excessively hard, judging by my last lap, and I'm not as a good cup driver. I'm not a very good driver in general, I just make nice setups. By the way, the setup made the car more stable, except a few second gear snaps, which is weird because it should not affect the low speed that much. If it would, it should be more stable, unless with that much ride height the rear bottoms out, but it should not. That's like 100 something mil ride height still at the rear. If the car bottoms out with that much ride height, that basically doesn't have compression damping and rear springs. CS Pro, thank you for joining in. So, although I like this setup change in other aspects, I do not like the snappiness. So, first I will check the high-speed department, how much faster or anything it is in the straight. It could be that it won't be much faster or not faster at all, because I decreased the rear ride height, which basically decreased the front right splitter height, which can lead to less straight speed. Even though I decreased the wing by 2 clicks, the splitter height increase could make the car slower in the straight. That's a possibility. But the car drives very, very stable now, except those snap. Oh. That was completely my fault. Not slowing down enough. So except that one, no damage, okay. One issue with the second gear acceleration. I'm not mad about it does oversteer in second gear. I'm mad about it does in a very snappy manner. So like oversteer, like in the Jag, this comes gradually, and you can expect it and be prepared and drive it on the edge of gliding. That is fun and good for fun. Oh, whoa, okay, I have to brake before that corner, and it definitely bottomed out the rear. Let me check that. This. Yep, it bottomed out. Was it in? Wheel slap? Start is later. Here. I braked before, so I shifted the weight to the front, and then it did not bottom out. I definitely need more rear right height. So if it would not affect the straight line speed much, I will basically do a halfway setup. So between the max wing fairly high rake and -2 wing minimum rake. If it will help in the high speed department, I will try keeping the wing as is. Just a smudge faster, like 1-2 kilometers an hour. So, as I said, was 19, 16, and the minimum is 6, so we will go 12 and 10 wing. And this way, if it does not bottom out, neither in the second gear power out part, no, it doesn't have any suspension or damper things. So if it doesn't bottom out there, the low speed acceleration part, then I will be happy.
Low tire pressure, stay away from curbs.
Oh yeah. Well, maybe it can handle 56.4 brake bias. See. I should have checked the tire pressures because I still did not. Never mind. Okay, it's great even with cold tires. Was surprisingly good there. Like just a slight oversteer while trail braking, but it helps rotating the car, so it's like Porsche slight. Yet still very manageable. Braking a bit early there. And here. Much less snappy. Goodbye, cone. Bit less snappy there, but still there was a snap, but it's sort of expected because there's a change in the tarmac, very sudden. Very stable under braking. That's good. Almost too much curb there. Was a bit scary. A bit too much there. Even in third gear, such a beast. Turning a bit earlier there. Broke before the jump, just slightly. It helped a lot. Also, probably the right height increase helped. Is the apex completely? Well, I was a bit faster with the one less thing, so that does help, but well, I can still try one less thing and this rake. Right, 19. 29. Let's check the tire pressures. I need nothing at the front, nothing at the rear. All right. Yeah, great. Like 2 less rake and 1 less wing. Maybe. I feel brave. I should not. That will bite me in the arse. Let's see.
Low tire pressure, stay away from curbs.
By the way, the last setup was basically very good. Good for a safe for this car setup. And I should increase the brake bias. It does rotate nicely on high speed throttle now. If it won't be scary in a few parts, this line wing, I don't know how much rake, 18 maybe? Sounds reasonable. So I don't know where I invalidated my last lap. Or did I screw up the last lap after the carousel? Maybe? I don't remember clearly. We will see. was more careful now. Doesn't like bumps. Brake a bit early there. I mean here. Yes, much better. Oh, probably this was where I validated my lap. Okay, that could be. Oh, that was close.
Got some light damage.
I got a slight turn in. Then I corrected it. And then it grouped back. And that was not good. I think I will stick to the timing. Rate speed is enough. I'd rather keep this in new tires. I'd rather keep this setup safe. Or I will just release both. Perhaps.
Low tire pressure, stay clear of the curbs.
Next try. Did not see any pressure loss. Fine then. Hello, Cone. just short shifting there at the where the port and GP curve seat connects. That way I won't get that snap oversteer. Okay, too much curb. Really have to slow down more now. Not kill myself.
Low tire pressure, stay away from curbs.
There are quite a few corners which you really have to take differently with this car due to the less curvability it has. But as the title says, prepare to die edition. This is the Dark Souls of ACC. Or maybe the Maserati GT4. I don't know. That car doesn't have ABS either, but just traction control. Try to gain just a tiny bit more speed there. Well, I managed because I overshot that corner. Ritmo. Now I'm curious how much time I can gain if I take the Joker corner like a very late apex. Never thought of that because for other cars it's better to just bring all the speed you have, but this car just does not accelerate well out of the corner due to traction issues. Yeah, I had to brake significantly earlier. Also, this car is very conservative on the fuel. Sorry. A bit more conservative here this time. Oh, whoa. Huh? I lost too much time there. Probably fourth gear. Because now I nailed the apex and was very early back on the throttle. I made sub 30, but it was invalid. I could do much better, I'm just keep dying. How was your Watkins Glen race? Oh yeah, this stop is a hard corner, or bus stop, or whatever it's called. Especially going too wide there. Back to your question, I am doing much better now, but I'm still learning the track and I am pushing it much harder. I'm learning it lap by lap, where I could not die the different tiles. So I made a light change for the setup. I tried 9-wing with 0 rake. I mean not 0, but minimum rake. The car was bottoming out. So I went to 10 mil and like 112 millimeters of rear right height. This way it's not bottoming out and still rotates nicely and sort of stable. Thank you for checking me that time. That's fast. If I could do a mid 20, I would be happy. I'm in mid 20 race pace. But the setup is great, by the way. I mean, great for this car. The driver is not. But that is another question. Oh, whoa, whoa, whoa.
There's some light damage on the left.
New lap, a new way to die.
Low tire pressure, stay away from curbs.
Just you touch the slightest of the curves and it just bounces around and kills you. If there would be damper changes available, this car could be much better to drive. I'm glad the Ferrari was good for you. Well, this is... I'm not happy with the setup. I'm happy with the setup for how much you can do for this car. So, between the limitations, I mean. But it's not horrible to drive as long as you don't hit the curbs. It's decently stable. There are a few places where you have to be careful on throttle, as expected. But generally, in third gear and upwards, it's completely stable. Also, there are a few places where you brake much earlier, or even brake, not just lift, unlike the GT3s, because it doesn't have that much front aero grip. Oh, I missed that corner. Look. One more joker. This time we'll have completely warmed up tires. Also, when you will use the setup, I will highlight that in the setup video when I release it. You should aim for 27 max front tires, and the rears should be like the min is above 26, so it should be 26 mid where they peak. That is generally for making the car more understeery, so more grippy in the low speed acceleration part. Yet, since the low pressure tires cannot support the car sideways that much in high speed corners, it will make it rotate more in high speed. But the main benefit is the low speed grip and low pressure tires. While they are a tiny bit slower, they are starting to lose grip more predictable, like gradually. We have time to react. They squirm a bit in high speed, but since this car has so much rear aero compared to the front one, it It wasn't an issue for me so far. Can I do a proper lap finally? I guess not, but I will try to. So shifting there between the tarmac change is helpful. You have to brake a bit before this corner. Keeping third in all of these corners basically. I mean minimum third. And I only change them to second to rotate here. But I force shift when I leave the curb, so during leaving the curb. A bit brake here, downshift to fifth. I have to brake a tiny bit before the fast left-hander too, but keep it in sixth. So brake, lift, throttle. This is basically the same, but I short shift it during the exit. The fast left-hander at the top of the foxhole is like much deadlier, so I keep it much more safer and avoid the curb inside on the left-hander. Second gear here, try to just be smooth and early back on the throttle. This one is fifth gear slide brake, then coast. One is third instead of two. Avoid all the curbs as always. This is second for rotating. Then short shift to accelerate. Fourth gear lift here. Down to 4, thumb brake here. Keep it in. This is the usual, just not shifting then to second. I think you can, but it still has enough rotation. This left-hander is a bit earlier to brake. Usually I brake at the end of the white red strip. Earlier brake here, third gear, try to hit the apex and smoothly on the power. And prepare to have a slight snap. The fast left-hander should be a slight brake then lift in fifth gear. The right-hander is like sort of flat out, like half lift. Brake at the curb. Second gear. Patience. Back on throttle. Not like that. Carousel is second gear. Be wary of the fast left-hander here, the next one. It can be a bit tight, so I would even lift. Rather. Down to fourth gear here and turn in earlier than with GT freeze. Somehow it just misses the apex always. Third gear here. Lift here instead of full throttle. Brake at the end of right curb. Easy with this curb. Third in the right-hander and be prepared to get a light oversteer when the heel tops out. Patience here, don't hit the curb. Late turn in and patient here too. Can take this curb sort of. Brake before the jump and then shift to fourth. Then brake again a bit. This part is hairy, but you can take it flat out. The right-hander is sort of stable, so it does not snap oversteer under braking, but he'll take it easily. I mean, and before the long straight, I always miss the apex, so I will turn in a bit earlier now. Yep. And since I don't have massive balls for the fast right-hander, I will brake a bit before the right-hander, then brake the most in the left-hander, of course. And this fast left-hander, I will just try to keep it straight. Brake a bit here. Brake again here, like usually. Avoid the curb. Easy on the throttle. And that was a decent lap. Or shift here. Even it snaps like that sometimes. Well, I hope it helped. Third gear all the way. You can rotate it here in second, then short shift to third. I tend to keep it in third here. Try to aim for a late apex. I missed it a bit. I usually do it a bit with a bit warmer tires in the front, because the GP car set warm it up much more. Rear braking here, third gear. And in this left corner, I force shift between the thermal changes. I think I guided the rest of the lap already. I'm just going to enjoy this car, not like that. Right sound. Also, I think that was a sort of safe lap, so keep in mind. But probably Alien can push this car much more here. But I think with that pace I could race here with this car. But I would consider this setup done. Any requests? Like something else on Nordshleife or anything on any lap, any track? Someone asked for a Lambo Hungaroring setup if there's no request now. M2? I could gladly drive the M2 here. That's a very fun car. I don't have much experience with it, but the issue is there's not much to set up, but let's try. By the way, this is the setup. Almost no toe, 3.8 camber at the front, 2.9 at the rear, and some toe at the rear. The cambers are for keeping the tires sort of alive. 4 ABS. Maybe it could do 3, I don't know. Max front anti-roll bar, soft rear. This is personal preference 56.4. Dampers are not existent. 2 free, 1 less wing, and 40 mils of brake. That's the setup. It can do 9 and that much rake. Could be probably a bit faster, but I experienced some instability in the fast corners. M2, okay. Both. I'm an engineer, but I'm learning to be an engineer. But I always had an engineer approach for most things. I also learned a lot, like read books when I was young about tuning and things like that. Then I started ACC. I just started fiddling around. I started to look up things like what does what. And I also watched Aris for a few things, like what ACC does differently. And I also tried a lot of things, like driving on the bump stop at the rear is really like my preference. Okay, I already did half a lap with this car. It does have a few changes. Okay, I think I did not touch the dampers yet. Yeah, not much. What I did is That's the rake. Very little toward the rear. I give the rear a lot of veer rate, I guess, because it still understeers a lot. And yeah, let's see.
Green light, go, go, go. Low tire pressure, stay clear of the curb.
C1 ABS one. Come on, warm. This car is very weak. It could use a lot more caster. Also, I feel like sitting very high up. And I think I'm giving two soft inputs, like complete opposite of the Porsche Cup input-wise. Like, you can probably grab this car and manhandle it. Any info? Could you please check the target lap times for here? Why more caster? It just feels nothing. The force feedback is like weak, and not weak in a way like it does not force. It's just not communicative. It does feel great, like I can feel the bumps and everything, but it does not. I do not feel the under and oversteer that much. Also, when I give it a lot of input, it just does not get at that oversteer that fast. Like, I don't know how to say that. So caster gives the front basically dynamic tow, so the more you increase the steering input, the more tow you have, and it also starts to lift the inner rear ring during hard, like a lot of steering input. So if you give more steering input, you can have a bit more rotation, like force a bit more rotation without scrubbing the tires. Yeah, that's also what I said about force feedback. Like the oversteers were not as strong effect. 9:13, thank you very much. For like 9:30, 40 for me. So generally, the more caster you can have is better, but you will feel that you have too much caster when you start to get slow speed trail braking oversteer, like first gear hairpins. Very prime example for that is Barcelona hairpin, left hairpin. Because otherwise the track could handle a lot of caster, but if you overdo with a lot of cars, you just get a snap there. Because you leave the inner rear wheel too much, and there's a slight hump in the track, and that will just upset the car. Too much. Let's try less wing. Much less. What could possibly go wrong? Like, I die?
Low tire pressure, stay clear of the curbs.
It just has generally weak self-counter steering due to the low caster. That's what I wanted to say when I say the force feedback is like not that helpful. Because caster gives the front suspension trail. Trail is the difference between the if you elongate the axle line, you make a line from the axle, like not the axle, sorry, the suspension. So the axis where the suspensions move up and down, that's the straight line basically. Except in McPherson, but these cars probably use double wishbones. And if you make a line of that, and when it hits the ground, the distance from that to where the trail, the tire hits the ground is the trail. And the bigger the trail, the more the wheel want to be straight. You can feel it. A very good example, like those supermarket baskets with wheel. If you look at the wheels, they have a vertical axle where they move, so where they spin, and the wheels are offset, and because of that they always trail behind the axle. This is sort of what happens, but we have an angled axis, which is the caster, like how much the front suspension angled forward, that's the caster. This car is probably super great to race, and it is super boring to hot lap. Also, my front tires are hot and the rears are cold. Is there a... No. Test 6 gear. Okay, just check that. Also, I try to downshift a lot of time to second gear, but it doesn't. I could downshift second there. Immediately got a snap due to engine braking. Way too much speed there.
There's some light damage on the left.
I thought I am slower there. Yeah, the car is still understeers everywhere. I don't know what else I can give it. Maybe tires? It's very safe on the... It eats the front more than the rear. Issue is this car is so much different from the cars I got used to. I just don't know how much it could take. Like, what is the potential? Less brake bias, like, oh, it has fixed brake bias. Okay, then this is what it is. Adaptive. I don't get that. Oh, you mean it has the automatic brake distribution system like in real cars, ASR I think, where basically the ABS block controls all 4 tires separately. I see, and they implemented that into the game. I think I overdone the dampers. It's a bit snappy now. Or I should just use ABS too. And no. I should not use ABS too. That was a bad idea, like I had 0. Oh, okay. I switched to ABS too and it was a big mistake. The car just did not stop at all. Yeah. It needs much more dampening. Like this much. I don't know. I should need Motec for that, but I don't have because I have to finish a lap for that. Also, I was getting. Let me check it. Maybe Motec just captured some of a lap. Yes, sort of. I don't know. It's weird. Yes, the front tires are overheating like hell. The rear tires were okay. I will open the front brake ducts by one. And probably I need like 3 clicks.
Low tire pressure, stay clear of the curbs.
Never use ABS2 on this car. The brakes just disappear. So weird, after the Porsche I just have to lower it. Okay, dampers helped a lot. I think we are basically maximum oversteer setup now. No, it's not boring. I'm just, I don't know, basically hopping in from one of the hardest car to drive to one of the easiest car to drive. And what do you see while I'm improving or about my improving, adapting? Whee! One good thing with this car, I have time to chat. Well, you still have to somewhat manage the throttle with this, but not because of the oversteer, but because of the understeer. Although I could try to set it up to ride on the bump stops at the rear, so see how much corner exit rotation can be extracted. That brake just weird sometimes, I agree. And the low caster is just makes it hard to feel how much correction I have to give. Rotates much better in the high speed with zero minimum wing. Or I will still have to brake here a bit. I'm throwing in the car too much into the corners. I should rotate it more with braking. keep overreacting the oversteers. And here comes the boring part. That was a bit too much. Yeah, probably it does not have that much speed up here. I don't have to brake that much there. Just got used to that I have to slow down the car much more during high-speed cornering or for high-speed cornering. Maybe it can do gear free there. This part is fun with this car. You just have time to enjoy all those corners, not just zipping through them like madness. Sorry. Keep hitting the microphone sometimes. Let's see the flight. Completely uneventful. Although we have minimum rear wing. That was a fun four-wheel slide through the lift-off, the second lift-off. Let's see. Do we have a speedometer? Yes. At the middle right. 30. 40. 50. Still in fifth gear. Sixth gear is just for autobahn cruising, I guess. Oh, no, maybe here. 63 dot something, and I screwed up. I was watching too much to the speedo. Think with even less bumps. Do we have Motec now? I should have not died there and get one. Stupid me. Never mind. The rears are completely fine. You were happy to see me die? Alright. Let me try that. 0 bumps up at the rear and give him back the front anti-roll. This way the car should not slide that much in off-throttle parts, but should have
Low tire
more
pressure, stay away from
corner
curbs.
exit rotation, so under throttle. See ya, Phil. It was nice having you around. Oh yeah, it rotates much more now. Oh, beautifully rotates out of the corner. That zero bump stop really helped it. The funny thing is, basically, except the front anti-roll bar, we had set the car to maximum oversteer everywhere. Except the dampers, of course. But dampers are not for that. So it's max rake, minimum wing, max rear wheel rate, max rear bump stops. And it drives great now. That throw-in oversteer gone. It is sort of balanced. And the exits are more rotating. Like, you can just floor it and get out of the corner. It goes there better too. Too much. Too much. Never mind. The setup is great. I have a request to do garroring with the Lambo. Since I like this car and love this track, I will gladly do that. Okay. Let's see.
Green light, show them what you got.
Very weird that my front windscreen is like half the height and I basically sit on the ground compared to them too. It's very weird to drive this car after them too. Like almost annoyingly different. I think I have to take a break because I cannot snap between these cars this fast. Also, it's sort of late, so I think I'm going to record the 992 CUP lap and setup and release it, because that's great. It was a fun challenge to set up and drive it on the track. So I would say have a nice evening and goodbye.